Check, check. 1, 2. Let's go, DJ.
Roll Tide.
Phil.
Hello.
Rob.
Mike sucks.
Nori.
Philip was fucking right.
And Chicken Wing.
Not here.
No,
Yeah.
no chicken, no chicken. Yeah,
Yeah.
eat no go.
Ah,
eat no
sweet
go.
sounds of no chicken wing, yeah? So, welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis and plenty of shit talking, and where we're going to ask the question, what the fuck is going on with the Jets? I'm your host, resident Titans fan, and Nostradamus of the AFC South, JC.
Oh my!
Joining me, we got...
He said Nostradamus.
It is. There's no chicken wing here this week.
It's a great day.
That it's definitely not a coincidence that the Niners got dunked, but we'll definitely lie and say we miss him, and I've always believed, and I guaranteed that the Giants would beat Seattle. I had no doubts at all, and they totally did it. I called it, and I'm just so good at this, man. I'm so good at calling this. It's easy being a Giants fan. They're very predictable.
And on your birthday weekend, too. So,
On my fucking birthday.
yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I was just gonna say all those letters I wrote to the Giants to get them to win. You know, it's all it took.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is Rob, the resident Vikings
Whatever.
fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Viking. Yes, yeah.
They keep winning.
Yeah, I've got a report card this week and everything. So yeah, go Vikings. Great times. Great times.
Good evening. This is DJ, a Cowboys fan, but we're gonna move past that momentarily. I wanted to send a special shout out to the Vanderbilt Commodores for knocking off the fake #1 Alabama Crimson Tide and putting the Longhorns back where they belong. Thank you very much for your assistance. We love
Thank you
you.
for doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Gotta love Nashville.
And this is Phil. I guess Rob wrote some letters to the Jaguars as well because we finally got our first win, so that was pretty amazing.
God damn it, JC.
No, that's all JC. That's all
JC, you
JC.
son of a-
He's a warlock.
You know what?
He's
I
a
forgot.
warlock.
Let me turn my camera on so you can see how much I'm gloating right now. Because
Oh my God.
The only time JC wants a
I
Jaguar
told you,
win.
motherfuckers, it was
But
going
he
to
told-
happen.
Phil,
The last 10
we've been doing
fucking
these
years.
picks.
Yeah.
Phil, we've been doing these picks for over 10 years. And every fucking time, it doesn't matter. We're like, no, that's not a real stat. That's not a real thing, JC. And we learned our lesson. Like, if it's working, don't question it until it stops working.
Colts fans
Simple.
were making TikToks about breaking the fucking curse. Sorry, you're cursed in Jacksonville. It's got to be what's going on there. So, we'll talk about that. Recap how we did. A lot of sports news to talk about. Some crazy shit going down. As mentioned, Rob will give his bye-week report card for the Vikings for this year. Depending on what bandwagon he jumps on, we may have multiple bye-week report cards, but we'll see.
That's so goddamn funny.
And then we're going to make our predictions for Week 6. Let's start with the sports news. DJ mentioned it. This was upset weekend in college football.
Loved it.
Obviously, Vanderbilt defeating Alabama. Arkansas defeating Tennessee. I watched the end of that one.
Woo!
Texas A&M just beating the brakes off of Mizzou.
That was funny.
Washington beating Michigan in a rematch from the national championship game last year. And then Minnesota defeating USC. Wow.
Yeah, it's funny.
Meanwhile, Texas sitting back, enjoying the bye week, back to #1. Ooh, boy.
That's the way to do it. Go on and buy it and then come back #1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking loved it.
Both the Vanderbilt win and the Arkansas win featured fans storming the field, which in the SEC, if you don't know, is a fine that you have to pay to the other school. So Vanderbilt has to pay $100,000 to Alabama because it's their first
Worth
offense. Yeah.
Worth.
Yeah.
The Commodores
Absolutely.
were 0-60 against ranked teams, guys.
The boosters took care of that shit before even it hit the account. They immediately took care of that.
They took the goalpost down Broadway, a 3-mile walk, and dumped it in the river
Oh, yeah.
right by LP, right, Easton Stadium.
Wonderful.
Yes.
There's a wonderful video of that on YouTube. It was grand
man.
to watch.
I love how the cops
That's
trying to stop
fantastic.
them. They're like, nope. They just like raised it up over the cop cars. So,
Yep.
oh man, what a day in Nashville, huh, guys?
Such a good week.
Yeah. Which upset surprised you the most, guys?
The New York Giants beating Seattle.
We'll get to that.
I'm kind of fucking stunned by that. Not gonna lie.
Definitely the venue one. Like, holy hell, they put up points.
That's insane. That's
40
insane.
points, dude. Jesus, man. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you had one team that went into the game wanting it. You had the other team who went in there expecting it, which is why Bama lost. They didn't make adjustments, and once Vandy was like, "Hey, we can hang with these guys. Oh wait, we can beat these guys." It's too late. Once you let a team hang around that long, it's too late. You lost.
Yeah.
So, God, we're glorious.
Maybe it was the Jaguars win. I don't know. No, we'll go with Eddie.
No, because JC knows that shit like the back of his hand. That wasn't.
No, we knew that.
I fucking should have listened to you. I should have.
Phil, I know you don't want to talk a whole lot of college football right now. This is not
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what?
But
How did FSU do?
yeah. Oh boy.
FSU is doing so bad. Phil's cheering on the Hurricane.
Well,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Lord have
To be
mercy.
fair, Cal is 0-2 against schools from the state of Florida right now, though. And one of those is Florida State, the other is Miami. Although Cal almost pulled it off against the Hurricanes.
Didn't they almost beat the
Yeah.
Hurricanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
Yeah, if not from magic from Cam Ward, they would have done it. So
You're right.
Phil, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. You okay?
He's contemplating. He's thinking about his life right now.
I'm trying to think of funny real hurricane jokes. That's about to be going crazy over there. It's supposed to hit Tampa. Like it's a Cat 5 right now, so that's supposed to be
Yeah,
happening
that's kind of
tomorrow
crazy.
night.
Yeah, I got a friend just outside Tampa. He's not in an evacuation zone. Unfortunately, he's military. They're not letting him out, so he's got to hunker down in place. He's getting boarded up and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, one of my best friends actually is in Tampa. It's just, it's truly unbelievable what's going on there right now.
Yeah. So, but Phil, obviously your Knowles are the ACC. That's your conference. Who do you think is winning it all right now?
In ACC?
Yeah.
Oh man, was it like VT? What's their record? I don't know. They even ranked
Who?
Virginia Tech.
They're not ranked. They're 2-2 in conference, 4-2 overall. Right now, the only undefeated team. Well, there's two undefeated teams in the ACC is Miami and Pittsburgh.
Miami.
Pittsburgh also is 5-0.
Right.
But as far as undefeated in conference play, you got Clemson, you got Miami, you got SMU, Virginia, and Pittsburgh all undefeated in conference play. So,
Well, Pitt was looking good in the one game I saw them, man. I haven't really seen too much of from the other two, to be honest with you.
how about SMU though? Oh boy, that'd be wild if they went in first year and just won the ACC. They got a good shot to do it. So, we'll see.
they do.
I mean, it's the year to do it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. That was wild. The trap weekend. Current, I think the rankings right now, Texas is back at number 1. Obviously, the only
Where they should have stayed.
Well, hey, it's AP. It doesn't really matter until you get to the college football playoff rankings. But Ohio State 2, Oregon 3. They are facing off this weekend in Columbus. College game day will be there.
That'll be a
Georgia's
good
at
game.
4, Bama's at 7. I mean, there's the thing. With 12 teams, 1, maybe 2 losses, you still have a shot to get in. So
Mm-hmm.
everything is still wide open for sure. So
I'm gonna put money on this now. If Bama has 2 losses, they'll get in still.
yeah, I could see that. So, yep. All right, NFL news. The
Embarrassing.
Jets firing
Are
Robert
imploding. Huh.
with no warning.
Fucking joke.
Yeah,
Hey, it's 100% the owner, quote unquote.
At least he said that in an interview. But yeah,
Nobody believes that. Aaron Rodgers doesn't even believe that.
Aaron Rodgers was like, sure, boss. Boss. Quote,
Nori,
unquote.
I know it's not the Giants, but it is New York. What does this do for the Jets this year?
Any momentum or morale you had in the locker room is cooked. I don't see them. I feel bad for the defensive coordinator stepping up. I'm glad at least they knew that Nathaniel Hackett cannot be the coach. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to give them credit for anything, but at least they had credit for that. So that's good, I guess. Woody Johnson, I don't know. I feel like there should be a time where owners are just forced to sell teams. I know we talked about that before. Like, if you don't have any kind of success in a decade or 15 years or whatever, you should have to sell the team. There's a lot of, let's just say, shitty political things that Woody Johnson's being accused of. But at the very least, no matter where people lean, it's shameful that your coach can't even say bye to his players. You have security escort him out like he was some danger to people, like he was some bad dude. I know Jets fans. Half my family are Jets fans, and they absolutely don't deserve this. Like, all shit talk aside, it's embarrassing what Jets fans have to endure. It really is.
Have you talked to them about this yet? Like, what are their thoughts so far? I don't know if you're in any group chats with them or something right now, but
A couple of them straight up want to write off the team. Like, I can't. If Woody Johnson's on this team, I don't know how much more I can take.
all right.
Like, it wasn't the fact that it was Saleh got fired towards the end of the year. That was probably going to happen if they didn't win the title. But like, how do you not start with Hackett? And that's how you know there's a deep-rooted organizational problem, because it's very clear that Rodgers loves Hackett. That's why he hasn't been fired yet. Why was when Saleh about to fire Hackett, all of a sudden Saleh gets fired? That's how you know it's Daddy Rodgers. And that's embarrassing as an owner, that you don't let the coach be the coach and the quarterback be the quarterback. Because Rodgers has not done so well on the Jets where he should have that kind of clout. I'm sorry, he won 2010,
Yeah.
14 years ago once, and
And-
he's being treated like God. Like, Saleh had to work with let's see, who was the quarterback I loved? White.
Mike White.
Mike
Mike
White.
White. He had Mike White, who was kind of the highlight for the Jets. He had Mike White.
Zach
He had
Wilson.
Zach Wilson and 40-year-old who looks like 80-year-old Aaron Rodgers. It's not like he was set up for success. But, the coach gets to be the fall guy. I understand that. But it's nothing short of embarrassing of how he got let go and in the order he got let go. That's where only the Jets can find a way to fuck it up this much.
And that's the thing. Like, they're still in the hunt. It's fucking week 6, right? Yeah, week 6. Like,
It's week 6, yeah.
Yeah, like that
Give it a
division
few
is still
weeks.
wide open.
We haven't even made the trade deadline yet.
That division
Yep,
is
you're on.
so wide open. Miami's dealing with injuries. New England's not the same New England anymore. I mean,
We don't know how good Buffalo is.
we don't know how good Buffalo is, but I mean, you're about to play them Monday. Like, the winner of that game is essentially in first place in the division. So this just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's something deeper. It could be Aaron Rodgers, which, by the way, if you're putting all your stock in this guy, I know he's got one more year after this year. There's no guarantee he comes back. Like, at his age, it's just not. So, and I'm pretty sure Devontae Adams, like, with all this going on, is like, yeah, take the Jets off my list of teams I want to be traded to. God, this is just...
There's no way you have Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson on the same team, Sauce Gardner on the other side, and you're not putting up 17 points a game.
Yeah.
Hackett is the problem. Hackett is the problem. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He didn't deserve all that shit that Peyton said about him in Denver. But my God, he's the fucking problem. Let's just call it what it is, right? And
Very much.
the fact that Saleh was going to do something about it and he got fired, that just says that kind of says what we all know, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, will the Jets defense take a downturn from this? I mean, Saleh's kind of the architect of that defense.
I think so. I think
I do too.
I think morally, it's funny that Phil's like, oh, I don't believe in the Jets. They're shit. Whatever. You know what? He's obviously half right, because talent-wise, you could clearly see they have a lot of talent there. But how it all goes together, only the Jets can figure out a way to be the Jets. It's just truly fucking amazing. It's sad and amazing at the same time.
I think you said it is fully right, not half right.
Yeah.
half right, because the talent's there. That's what's so frustrating, because the talent's actually there. If they were like, "Hey, Carolina sucks," well, there's no talent, shit organization. You know what? You're right. But the Jets have a lot of. You could objectively look at the Jets, and you see there's a top 10 defense, a very good running back, a good wide receiver, all not being utilized, and a surefire Hall of Fame quarterback. You would think on paper that any fucking elementary school teacher can get behind there and just call plays.
Yeah.
I know Saleh was a defensive-minded guy, but my God, anybody would have done a better job as offensive coordinator. And then you don't fire him first; you fire the head coach. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
and
I'm
it's
annoyed
not like
for
you
them.
got blown out by Minnesota. Like Minnesota's great this year. And,
Right,
like, you
right.
lost by a touchdown to them. Like seriously,
Right.
You know. So
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, just something to throw out just to add more fuel to this fire. We talked about Brees Hall, and yes, I think he's a good running back. If this is not a signal that something is wrong with the offensive play calling, I don't know what is. The Jets are last in rushing in the
Oh, wow, I
entire
didn't know
league.
that.
Wow.
That's crazy. Brees Hall's not hurt. He's healthy. He's ready to play. Last in rushing. Let that
And their
sink
O
in.
line ain't that good. The O line ain't that good, but it ain't that bad either. Like, come on, like
No.
it's insane. You have Garrett Wilson to open up the offense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, you have a smart quarterback. It's the play calling. But Rodgers would rather have his buddy there than fucking win. Okay, cool. All right.
Will Robert Saleh have a job next year?
Yeah,
oh,
BCC somewhere.
Absolutely, not a head coach, but
Well,
anywhere.
Okay, let me rephrase. Will he be a head coach somewhere next year?
I
No,
don't think so.
I think he goes back as to DC, and he goes.
He didn't do. He didn't do so well where he's earned a head coaching job somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I won't be surprised if 49ers call him.
No,
That's where he came from.
No.
That's true.
No.
Why?
Oh my God.
No, I don't
Why
think
not?
he goes back.
Why not?
No, it's not even.
That's
It's
shit
not that I don't.
No, screw the.
No. It's not that I don't believe he will go back. I don't want him there because that would make
yeah.
the 49ers defense better.
I
So
was
fuck
saying
them.
because
Mm-hmm.
because their defense ain't that good. I know the 49ers are injured. Their defense ain't that good. I think he'd be an upgrade over what they had, and it's not out the realm of a possibility because look at Mike McDaniel went back to the Patriots. You know, sometimes you just go back home where it's familiar, where everybody knows your name.
Paging Amy Adams Strunk. Please call him for Titans DC next year. I'm just throwing it out there. Right now, so, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be upset by that.
No, our defense could use it for sure. So.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what more comes out. There's something more to this story. I'm sure Adam Schefter
Absolutely.
and everyone else investigating it's gonna find out because this is just so out of the ordinary. Usually a coach is fired the day after a bad loss, sometimes even that evening. I know they were in London. Like, surprised you didn't just leave him at the airport, a la Lane Kiffin. But for it to happen like 2 days later, they're already prepping for the next week's game, and they got a big Monday night game, like division game. And this to happen is just out of nowhere, a shocker. As mentioned, he was escorted out of the premises. The owner's claiming it's protocol, which is bullshit because when the previous coach got retired, he wasn't escorted out. So
It hasn't happened in over a decade.
yeah,
But it's protocol? Okay.
yeah, it's such bullshit. I mean,
Protocol, brand new. Hello.
you escort him out when they're like stealing or some shit like that. So I don't know, but
And that's what it looked like. So now he's embarrassed because it looks like there's a crime that's been committed when it's not.
so whatever team he ends up with, I'm sure hope his defense shuts out the Jets next year just as a revenge game.
Wasn't the Bucks defensive coordinator Todd Bowles? Wasn't he the head coach, the last head coach of the Jets?
That sounds right.
It was.
I think that's right. I think that's right.
So he for sure was not escorted out of the building. That was my main point. For sure he wasn't.
Yeah.
Let me see. I remember seeing an article. Let me see.
Could have sworn Todd Bowles was the head coach, and I think he's the one that drafted, wanted to draft Zach Wilson. That got him cooked.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Gase, and then before that was Bowles.
Gase, thank
there
you.
we go.
Gase was
That's right,
Gase was worse. Gase was worse, and he wasn't escorted out. So that ain't no protocol. Never. We're all football fans. What 20, 30 years, all of us at least. I've never heard of that in my fucking life being protocol.
No,
Nope, never.
interesting bit of stat on that. Robert Saleh has the worst winning percentage among Jets franchise coaches with at least 40 games. So, yes, even worse.
To
than
be
Todd
fair,
Bowles. So
To be fair, sure, but look what he had to work with. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he came in on a rebuild. He got Aaron Rodgers. It lasted all of 4 snaps. So he basically
Why
had
is the
5
GM
games
still
and 4
there?
snaps with him. So, yeah.
Why is the GM? Look at that embarrassing trade they made for a guy who wants to go back to his old team now. I've never seen that in my life. Somebody wanted to go back to the old team immediately. Doesn't even play a snap with them. That's an organizational fucking failure.
Yeah, there's something really bad going on. So, we'll see what happens beyond that. Baseball news, for the first time ever in history, every LDS series, all 4 of them, were tied at 1-1 apiece. The New York Mets won earlier today, so they're up 2-1.
2-1.
And last I checked, the Padres were up by a run on the Dodgers. They were blowing it open until the Dodgers hit a grand slam in the second inning. So it's 6-5 last I checked.
6-5, I think.
Is it still 6-5? Yeah.
I'm checking right now.
Tomorrow, the Royals will be up 2-1.
Whoa, I was about to say. Oh, the Royals, the Tigers, God, they just got hot at the right time. I'm not surprised they swept the Astros. That is just a young team, a hungry team, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers are in the World Series, to be honest with
It
you.
is 6-5, bottom of the 7th.
Okay.
Dude, that one's done last week.
What's up?
Braves eliminated as well pretty quick.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Right now, I'm thinking Detroit comes out of the AL. From the NL side, it's honestly, I think it's going to be whoever wins this Dodgers-Padres series because both are just like hot right now. So,
I hope it's God King Otani.
you see, he saw in an interview, he's like, I actually got to like not have to worry about like doing too much because like I have support. He's just taking a shot of the Angels on his way up there. So.
It's true. Who's besides the Detroit Lions, nobody's fumbled more generational talent.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. So, all right, on to our recap for Week 5. How we did. I went 10-4. Let's see here. Nori went 9-5. Chicken Wing and Rob 8-6, and then Phil and DJ went 7-7. So, a recap. Picks you regret. Surprises. I'll start this off here. Nori, you said it earlier. I'm surprised by the upset of the Giants over the Seahawks.
Shit, me too,
Yeah.
man. Oh, let me add to this because Rob was with me and he saw the madness that is being a Giants fan. The first fucking drive of the game, we literally score a touchdown. The ball crosses the plane. They say, just kidding. The ground can cause a fumble now, even though that's never been factually fucking true.
Lord.
They rip the ball out and they run it back for a touchdown and it counts. It's crazy. If we get outplayed, we throw an interception, we fumble it, whatever, fine. Like, whatever, that sucks. Them's the breaks. But, I'm watching the ball cross the plane and a fumble can't cause... all the rules that I think are actual rules are like they're glossing it over. And then I don't get it. Even people that hated the Giants there, I'm like, explain this to me. Like, no, I can't explain that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It was insane. But, fuck you, refs. They found a way to win, and I love it.
Not really surprised by New England losing to Miami. I feel like that game, both teams are so bad you could flip a coin at this point. So
Honestly, yeah.
But Thursday night, that Atlanta Tampa game was amazing. Such a good game. So, I told you guys Jacksonville.
You did.
Colts in Jacksonville.
Oh, you did.
That's why I picked them. I picked them.
Yeah. Even Phil, I mean, come on, dude. We're AFC South guys. We know this shit. So.
Fucking goddamn.
All right, Nori, what do you got?
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very, very surprised of not only the Giants winning, but the Cowboys winning. I think the Cowboys have been playing like dog shit. And even DJ will tell you that they have not been playing good. I know they have health issues, but they have not been playing very good. I'm really surprised that Pittsburgh obliterated them in the turnover battle and still found a way to lose. Because Pittsburgh this season has been winning a bunch of games and had no business winning. They've been finding ways to win. So I thought that trend would continue against Dallas. Like, oh, look at all these turnovers. Like, they're going to find a way to win. And, hey, shout out to fucking Dallas coming back. Because there wasn't no questionable penalties or bullshit or whatever. Like, it was a generally poorly officiated game on both sides, right? There was nothing backbreaking, nothing like, oh my God, like that's fucked up. Like, I was very surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I was very surprised the Steelers lost that game. And the Giants too. The Giants actually found a way to beat a competent team. I'll never figure this team out, I swear to God. I never will.
All right. Chicken Wing's not here. Rob.
Yeah. Fuck chicken wing, just to start the show off. Also, I guess the one pick I do regret was picking the Raiders against the Broncos, man. I was just like, yeah, maybe, they haven't been putting up many points. Yeah, 34 points later.
Flip. That was a coin flip, man.
No, man, but, like, it was bound to happen. Like, I would take the one. Yeah, it's the Raiders, man. Like, anyways, that was my one pick I regret. Surprise, Giants won. Surprise. I think I should go with Nori to the bar that we go to, just because every time I go, they've won.
Thanks, Rob. Please. No, Rob had the best time. Rob will tell you it was the best environment. Nobody was fucking with anybody. Everybody had a great time. Even they knew Rob wasn't a Giants fan. Nobody gave him shit.
Yeah.
We had like the best fucking time. They even made a sign for me. They even made a sign that says "Happy Birthday, Anthony."
Nice.
They have a Giants flag in the bar now. That's kind of crazy.
No, that was for me because they let me hang it up. I bought that, but yeah, no. We're getting way off topic. My bad. It was just shocking that the Giants won. Rob, go ahead, man. My bad.
No, you're good. That's a surprise. Yeah, Giants won, and regret. That's it.
And fuck chicken wing. Yeah.
Also, yes, emphasis on that.
Speaking of the Broncos, like, is Sean Payton hitting his stride now? Like, seriously?
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Hitting his stride.
Not with the Raiders.
They're
not with the Raiders' victory. I mean,
show us over somebody with a winning record. Like,
okay,
they got to play the Ravens in about a month. So let's see what that looks like.
Good call. All right, DJ.
Well, just going to go ahead and piggyback off of everybody else by starting off with fuck Mike. So now that we got that out of the way,
I like your wisdom. Yeah. Good insight.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I worked on that for the past few hours, so I'm glad I worked out.
Sync here. We're very hive mind right now, so
I love it. We'll start with the Giants. Seattle, the Giants playing the football they've been playing, which has not been
neighbors.
Good.
Without neighbors, by the way, without Malik Neighbors.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Tracy, man, that's the boy, dude. Like,
I really thought that Seattle would have this game over at halftime, but
shit.
Shout out to the Giants. They hung in there, and then they made plays when they needed to. They had a lead, blocked the field goal, took it back for a touchdown. I said, okay, well, GG's. I guess that's done with.
No.
I'm actually also surprised by the Niners losing, not because of who the opponent was, but really by how badly Brock Purdy played. He really didn't play that well. He didn't look good. And he's got his weapons. I mean, Ayuk went nuts. So even with all that going on, the mistakes late is what cost him. And, Kyler Murray did his thing and got the Cardinals a victory. So that actually kind of surprised me. I thought the Niners would win that game too. Not surprised the Cowboys won per se, but I'm more shocked that Pittsburgh turned the ball over. Well, I should say the Cowboys turned the ball over to Pittsburgh 3 times, and they couldn't cash in to win this game. This should have been a blowout. The Steelers should have won this game by 2 scores.
Didn't they put that graphic up? Like, Dak has like 2 red zone turnovers in like consecutive games or some shit like that. Like the first turnover or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's making history, but not in a good way. Right. Yeah. Congratulations, Dak. You're the highest paid player in NFL history. And oh, by the way, when it matters most in the red zone, you turn the ball over.
But you can't hit him. You can't hit him because he caused the problem, but then he fixed the problem. Mm-hmm. McCarthy causes the problem and then remains the problem.
No.
And still is.
It's a special skill. Yeah.
Just a random side note on Sorry. Just
No, go
throwing
ahead.
out on someone getting paid. Did y'all see who Kyler Murray's new sponsor is?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I saw it.
That's right. I love that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Proof positive that somebody listens to our podcast, right? So, yeah.
Wait, what is? I didn't see. Who is it?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of
The
Duty.
video game actually is his.
Because
biggest
Mike
sponsor.
always is mentioning Call of Duty and Kyler Murray.
Because
He's
it's literally
always
written into his
mentioning it.
contract. It's literally written in his
So-
contract, yeah. So,
So now he's thanking the trolls for getting him sponsored from Call of Duty. It's fucking hilarious.
Nice.
I mean, they had to write into his contract that he has to have a certain amount of film study time because he's
Film study time?
Yeah, so because he's too much Call of Duty.
That's funny.
On a side note, I'm playing a lot of Zelda right now in MLB The Show because it's free this month. All right,
Nice.
Phil.
I will not say fuck Mike because I was the sole person to pick Arizona to win that game last week, and I feel like I already did that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Phil,
Yeah.
you can always say fuck Mike. Don't worry.
No,
Yeah, come on, buddy.
we don't need a reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't even need
seriously.
context.
Mm-hmm.
Just say
beyond
it.
that, I have a ton of regrets.
Oh, great.
I have
I'm
a
looking
I
at
have a
one in
regret.
particular. I want to see if you call this one out, but go ahead. So,
You never pick Carolina. I know that. You just never pick Carolina, and I did.
okay,
Cleveland, Washington.
that's the one.
I don't know what I was thinking. I know
I don't either.
I know I was a few drinks deep at that point.
Was that your fuck you? Was that your fuck you pick?
I think
I
that
mean,
was
was
the
it-
fuck
That
you
might
pick,
have been
yeah.
the fuck you pick.
I don't know if it was the Falcons fuck you pick or that one was the fuck you pick, but
Pretty sure it was the Falcons.
I also picked Buffalo to beat Houston, which
that to be fair, that could have. That's not a bad pick.
That could have
That's
wasn't
gone
not-
away.
I won't say that. I won't say it's a bad pick, yeah, man. I don't agree with that.
so. But I just lots of
I mean,
regrets.
they won by 3, man. I mean, they won by 3. That was a close ass game.
Yeah.
Well, I was the only one who picked them.
Yeah, but still, the game could have gone either way. Is my point. So I wouldn't put that in the regret thing. You know what I mean? That Cleveland, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking there.
Yeah.
I can't help you there, buddy. But that was bad.
That was
Wah,
bad.
wah.
You said last week the Niners you're not impressed, like they're pretenders basically.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
This is why I was hoping Chicken Wing would be on so we can talk about that. But what is it you see? Like, did the Cardinals expose it?
I don't. I think they've been exposed all season. I mean, their games have been. They just haven't looked like they have the last few years. The injuries. I know they're riddled with injuries, but they don't have the explosiveness they've had, and it's really starting to show. And I think other teams are picking up on it, and that's why they're not faring so well.
I don't think that's fair because it's not like they're missing a fucking, one of the right tackles. They're missing CMC. CMC changed that team. They were a good team.
Well,
And then CMC made them great,
Yeah.
they just got Debo back.
right?
Kittle.
Who else? Oh, there's
Kittle.
Kittle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, they don't have the fire they had. You can see it when they play.
No, that Jordan Mason guy is pretty good. So I know he's not CMC. I'm not saying he is. I'm not trying to compare him. I'm just saying he's been playing well.
He has. No, that is true. That is fair. You're right.
Now, kind of piggybacking on this, just talking, kind of related to Cleveland here. The Patriots announced that Drake May is going to start this week. They're making the change at quarterback.
Yeah.
Should the Browns bench Deshaun Watson?
Hell yeah.
I have a fun fact.
Let's
Okay,
hear it.
kids, get ready to listen to this. Deshaun Watson has settled more sexual assault cases, 23, than he has brought touchdowns to the Browns at 19.
Jesus Christ.
Is
Add
this
that
like
shit to-
the Russell
add that shit
Wilson
to
house
Sesame
thing
Street.
with touchdown passes?
Fucking crazy.
Welcome back.
That should be on fucking
Guys.
Sesame Street.
Wow.
This guy's a fucking deviant making all this money, and he can't even get the ball in the end zone. Never mind. I'm not doing
Just
this.
like
not-
Aaron Rodgers
me.
has as many midseason coach firings as he does playoff wins or something like that.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Who they got behind him?
Well, no, he's behind them during the
No,
massage.
he's
That's how that works.
talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's backing up quickly.
I'm
Wow.
sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean it.
You don't apologize. Don't apologize.
I apologize for nothing.
I don't
That's
know
right.
who the backup
Correct.
Let me see. Depth chart. Jameis Winston. There you go. That's right. Jameis Winston.
Holy shit!
Why not start him? He has like infectious
Yeah, bro.
energy.
I
Start
think some
him.
fans
He
are
does.
calling for it. Yeah. So
Why
He
why
did
not?
well with New Orleans when they put him in. I mean, yeah, give him a shot. I mean, at, least,
Look,
at this point, they can say, well, we benched him because of losses and avoid any kind of like, I mean, avoid like having to get involved in the case whatsoever, even though the case is a big part of it.
I
I'm
mean,
sure, even though
what's
supposedly that was settled, by the way. Just throwing it out
what's
there.
the worst that could happen? They get blown up by Washington. Fucking start him.
yeah, at the end of the day, it was going to happen anyway. So just put him in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Let him play.
All right. Well, that is our recap for week 5. We're going to move into our bye-week report card here, courtesy of Rob, the long
President
Vikings.
Vikings. That's right. The
Vikings fan.
hardcore.
Yeah, so
We are. It's 3 weeks. 4 weeks. We're 4 weeks into. No,
Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah, you're right. No,
like about 3 weeks into your Vikings fandom.
that's right.
Yeah.
Week 1, we notoriously talked about, Sam Darnold this, Sam Darnold that.
We're
Let's-
sorry, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
I
I
apologize.
apologize.
We're not familiar with your game. We're sorry.
Well, anyway, Rob, let's hear your report card for the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, Sam Darnold, welcome to the NFC North. We appreciate you becoming the king of the.
We, you fucking asshole. We.
That's right. That's right. We appreciate you showing how the NFC North should be run. We appreciate you. We do give you a plus ranking, going 5-0 through the first 5 weeks here. So yeah, nothing much more to say there. Oh, and Justin Jefferson, what happened to you, man? We see you every once in a while. We need you to get into the end zone a little more. But Sam Darnold spreading it around, so it's looking good for the Vikings this season. So yeah, A plus.
I heard he was working on his gritty. So once he gets that better, then he'll score more. That's what I heard.
That explains it. Yeah, you can't. You got.
Yeah. He's working on it.
Can't be bringing these whack celebrations.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have I seen that stupid Olympic, the breakdancer celebration in the end zone now? It's happened a few times now. That's just...
A few times.
The best was
nothing
on
funny. I
They
will
did the
say-
Parent Trap last week. That
I
was
was
fucking
going to say,
hilarious.
your Vikings had the Parent Trap in London, by the way.
That was S
Yeah,
tier.
that was
S
a
tier.
good one. That was a
Yeah.
good one.
So, can't argue with that.
Gotta get them celebrations now.
All right.
Or else you get penalties for doing the wrong ones.
Well,
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
more than 2
Don't
throws.
put your hand in the shape. Yeah. Well. Not that. And don't make your hand in the shape of a gun of any way, shape, or form, because that's inciting violence.
You
Yeah,
can't
you
even impersonate the
Don't do
Turkish
it.
silver medalist? Come on, man.
Man.
But hey, you're inciting a riot, is what you're doing. So it's 15 yards.
To
Okay?
be fair, when they keep beating everybody by double digits, they could take the 15 yards.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 5-0. I'll take the 15 yards.
Mhm.
All right. Nori, did you have any segment this week? I don't know if I asked you.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I was just gonna. I did my mini rant on the Jets, and yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's. I'm like almost refreshing ESPN every like 5 minutes right now to see if there's any news on that because it's just flying right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Lord have mercy.
oh boy. Well, let's get into predictions for Week 6 of the NFL season. But before we do that, we do have to make one college football pick. Texas. And OU. Yeah.
OU sucks.
Texas. I already knew where we were going with this.
Yeah,
Texas.
it's
Hello.
10:23 p.m. We're recording this, and OU still sucks.
Goddamn right.
You guys expecting a close one, or we think the Horns are going to start blowing it open when we get to the second half of the game?
I think it'll be a close one
I
because
think
it'll be a close one.
Yeah.
It'll be a close one. We'll win, but it'll be a close one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one wants to lose this game ever. Ever.
Exactly.
Especially when you rank number 1.
Yeah.
For sure. This one, by the way, first time that there is a SEC matchup between these two teams. Neutral site game, obviously, the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. It'll be at 2:30 p.m. on ABC and ESPN Plus. Huge one. And just Texas is about to run the gauntlet in their schedule. This has kind of been circled, and it's smart to get the bye right before this game. So for sure. I feel bad for South Carolina because they got to go to Tuscaloosa now after Bama got lost. So yeah, Bama always responds with a huge win. So yeah.
I think Bama's going to win by like 28 points. Like, I think it's going to be a massacre.
The spread's 21 right now, so we'll see what happens.
But they still lost to Vanderbilt, so it doesn't even matter.
I do want to give you guys a crazy scenario that could potentially happen in the AAC right now. There's a chance we could see Army-Navy on back-to-back weeks. Let me explain. So, as you guys know, Conference Championship weekend is like usually the first weekend of December. All the conference championships play their games. Then they have the Selection Sunday where they announce the playoff. And then the following Saturday is traditionally reserved for Army-Navy. America's game, neutral site. The fanfare of it. It's the only college football game that day. However, both Army and Navy are killing it right now in the AAC. Take note, Clemson. This is how you play football when you don't get transfers, by the way.
Wow.
Both are 5-0 overall, both undefeated in AAC play. And they don't play each other until the annual Army-Navy game. But this was a scenario that played out when Army and Navy joined the AAC. Was like, well, we don't know if it'll happen, but if it does, they would play on, usually with the AAC, whoever has the better record or is higher ranked will host the conference championship game. So it could be Army or Navy potentially hosting the other for the conference championship, and then they play the following week in the annual Army-Navy game after the playoff has already been announced. So this is a crazy scenario where one of them could be in the playoff, then they play Army-Navy, and then the playoff still stands regardless. So keep an eye on that one, guys. Yeah, very interesting. So just keep an eye on that. One of those weird things in college football this year, especially with the playoff. So, all right. On to our predictions for Week 6 of the NFL season. Teams on a bye: Kansas City, LA Rams, Miami Dolphins, and I know they're thinking, thank God, right?
Dolphins have been on a bye. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. And the Minnesota Vikings. Rob's Minnesota Vikings this week.
Yeah, Rob's team.
Sad life.
So.
Sad.
All right. Starting with the Thursday night game, and so far these Thursday night games have been wild, but we'll see how this one comes because both these teams are coming off a surprising losses. San Francisco at Seattle. By the way, the pick order is me, Nori, Chicken Wing, if you were here, Rob, DJ, and Phil. And Chicken Wing would be picking this first, but he's not here, so I'm just going to go ahead and go and say Seattle at home is going to bounce back and get this one. So I know right now the Niners are favored on the road, but I don't know. Something about the way they played. They're still trying to nurse some injuries, trying to get back, and I think the Seahawks are going to take this one at home. Nori?
I think the 49ers have a better running game than we do, and the Lions we cook them on the ground. The Seattle's run defense is historically bad, like shockingly bad right now. That is the only reason I'm going to pick the 49ers.
Okay. Rob?
It's Seattle at home, right? That's Seattle. Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle at home. That crowd is raucous, man. I think that would be a big difference. I think that would be the game changer, is the crowd.
All right. DJ?
Well, I guess the crowd wasn't very raucous when the Giants were there.
I was about to say that.
Well,
Anyway, I'm taking the Niners for the same reason Nori said. Seattle's run defense is shit.
And they just got slapped around at home. So I don't think the crowd was too much of a factor, as they used to be. Because what the fuck did they have to cheer for?
I mean, keep in mind, Seattle almost brought it back. It came down to basically the last play. It came down to
competitive, right? Neither one of us would stomp on the other. The whole game is competitive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think I'm still going to go with Seattle on this one.
Okay.
I think I've seen them play a couple times this year, and they seem to have, like the energy the 49ers don't have. Geno Smith seems to have it right now. So
All right. Phil, we're going to stick with you because your Jags have a Sunday morning game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. Now, I know every year they get a quote-unquote home game in London, but this one is actually officially a road game because this was taking the place of a Chicago game. Next week will be their home game at Wembley. So their Jags basically have back-to-back weeks in London. Phil, how are your Jags going to do Sunday morning?
they're going to lose.
I already know JC's stat. I know exactly what he's going to say, and I already have my pick locked and loaded because I know exactly what JC is going to say.
What, they're undefeated on the road?
Have the Jaguars ever lost in London?
As the home team, no.
Yes.
As the home team? Really?
Yeah, so they lost to the Texans. I can remember distinctly. They've lost, I want to say, to the Vikings.
In recent years, they played better in London, though. So
Yeah, I agreed. But I told you guys until I see 2 wins in a row from them, I can't pick them.
Well, I will go ahead and say this. After the next couple weeks, you're going to see 3 wins in a row. I think they're winning both games in London. So I'm just going to call it right now. So Chicago is still a very young team. I don't know if they're going to respond well to the travel. Jacksonville knows this travel. So I think Jacksonville's going to win this one. Nori.
I'm going to go Jacksonville, too, because everybody looks great against Carolina. That is the only dominating win the Bears have had is against Carolina. So, talk about not being impressed. I'm not impressed.
Okay. Rob.
Yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville.
And DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the London Jaguars.
And by the way, that game next week in London is against New England. So that's why I'm thinking the Jags are going to come out of this with a 3-game win streak. So, yeah.
What they may want to do is just stay there. Don't even travel. Just stay in London.
Just don't come back.
That's. I mean, honestly, that's a win for them being able to not have to worry about travel back and forth. They could stay there for 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do they have a practice field there? Like,
I'm pretty
fucking
sure
build
they
one.
do something. Yeah. So
their owner has more money than King Tut. Fucking build one and get it out of the way.
I've seen Ted Lasso. They can make it work.
yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna use the AFC Richmond field. Roy Kent's gonna run practice. All right. Sunday early games starting with Arizona at Green Bay. I'm going with the Packers on this one. Nori. I know it's hard.
I'm barely going with the Packers. I feel like it'll be closer than we're giving credit for, if I'm being honest. I'm going to go with the Packers, though.
Okay. Checking what's not here. Rob.
it's the Packers and the Cardinals, right? I'm gonna go with the freshly sponsored. So Arizona, let's do this.
All right. DJ.
It's got motivation now.
I'm absolutely going with Arizona. Kyler Murray's feeling himself right now.
And Phil.
I'm reluctantly going with the Packers.
All right.
Reluctantly.
Indianapolis at Tennessee. Yeah,
Say it.
my only solace is that we're coming off a bye week. Just, dear God, give me a win streak. Going with the Titans over the Colts. So this one, though, is a bit closer. Like I said, the Colts just lost to Jacksonville. Colts are only favored by 1. So, Nori.
Yeah, I'm going Indy because
Okay.
the Titans, come on, man, they look like shit. I love you, but they look like shit.
I know. I love you too. Rob.
Indy.
DJ.
Yeah, I'm going with Indy. They're cursed in Jacksonville, but this is not Jacksonville.
Oh, I hope the Vanderbilt fans show up for us. Phil. Yeah.
I'm very happily picking Indy to win this game.
Asshole. Okay. There we go. Here's an easy one for us, guys. Houston at New England. Is anybody picking New England with the rookie quarterback starting to win this game?
Not in this chat.
No.
Sorry, no.
Yeah. All
Gonna have to
right.
pass on that one.
Even Phil ain't that drunk.
All right. Tampa at New Orleans. This one I would have been back and forth on, but Derek Carr's injury is going to be huge, so I got to go with Tampa on this one. He's got an oblique strain. It's not looking like he's going to play this week, let alone prepare. So I think Tampa responds. Tampa very easily could have won that Thursday game. That's one that can go either way. So, but I got to go Tampa here over New Orleans. They're looking good. Nori.
Well, I should have picked first because my Bucks are up, but it's okay.
Oh,
Because it's all good. Because I've been a loyal Bucks fan for at least the last 8 hours. So yeah, my Bucks will come back on this. Thank you for stealing my thunder, JC. Just ruin the
saving you
both
for
of
the
us.
Giants one on Sunday night, bro. So, yeah. Rob.
Because Mike's not here, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Bucks.
Okay.
So you're picking Baker Mayfield.
No, I'm picking the Bucks.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Let's get this straight. I am picking the Bucks.
Who are led by Baker Mayfield. I understand.
Yes,
I understand.
Maker Mayfield. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Definitely the Bucks.
All right, DJ.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks. I don't think who's the Saints' backup quarterback?
Yes.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Okay, taking the Bucks.
Phil.
Yeah, if Carr was in, I would have gone with the Saints. You guys know he passed 40,000 passing yards last game?
Did I know that?
Amazing.
That's a stat.
That's
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Yeah. So, but with him out, this one's too close to the divisional game. Going Bucks.
Now, by the way, with the hurricane in the Gulf, it's not going to impact any NFL games. Miami is on a bye. Jacksonville is in London, and the Tampa is on the road for this week. So,
That's
Says the NFL's not scripted.
yeah, right.
crazy.
Yeah,
No
so the whole city, as far as sports team dodge a bullet, but this does impact the Florida Panthers. Obviously, they might have to shuffle some scheduling around as the NHL season kicks off. So, we'll see how it goes from there. Cleveland at Philadelphia. Is anyone taking the Browns right now?
No.
hard pass.
I mean, Philly. Even Philly can't fuck this up, right?
Especially with the meltdown freaking Deshaun Watson had this past week, where he just like fourth and goal was like, I'm leaving the field. Like, I'm not even gonna try. Like, really? So,
Yeah, that was crazy.
yeah. Okay, well, what's worse, that or that player from Alabama like having a fucking meltdown at the end of the game and kicking the ball when they were in victory formation? Did y'all see that shit too? By the way?
Yes, I saw it. Of course, I saw it.
Yeah.
You know, anytime Bama loses, it brings joy to my heart. So I absolutely watched that happen.
All right.
And so, yeah, I mean, he went nuts. He kicked the ball. I mean, he did some other stuff too, because he actually issued an apology to the head coach. And then when they were interviewing the coach, he was telling him, "Oh yeah, he came and apologized to me. He was very sorry for it." And there's a video showing everything that he did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like how it's the head coach of Bama and nobody knows his name. That's hilarious.
yeah.
I just know he was the guy at Washington last year. That's all I know.
It's the guy who replaced Saban, right?
Yeah. So
That's right. That's
There
right.
you go. There you go, Rob. Beautiful.
yeah, you got to follow that.
Yeah.
All
Knew
right.
exactly
So
who it was. Come on.
everyone going with Philly then. So, right? Everyone going Philly?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Browns don't even look like a talent failure. They look like an organization right now. And it sucks because like this team was like really solid last year. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Joe Flacco
Even
left.
even Watson played significantly better. And apparently they changed the scheme, and it's fucked.
Okay. All right. Washington at Baltimore. Hands down game of the week. If this was under the flex schedule, I'm pretty sure NBC would have tried to get this one, but CBS would have been like, fuck you. No, we're protecting this one. Gosh, I'm going to go
Take
with
your time.
Washington on this one. They're just young and crazy. I don't know. I think this is a really tough challenge for the Ravens. I don't know if they're ready for this passing attack. So I'm going to go with Washington here. Nori.
I mean, they were able to handle the Bengals. You know.
Yeah. That's the Bengals.
I think I'm not brave enough to pick against the Ravens simply because they've come in clutch the last couple of games, and I think they're finally remembering they have Derrick Henry on the roster. So
There you go.
if this is the Ravens that we're supposed to be seeing, then I'm probably going to pick them most games.
Okay. Rob.
I mean, fuck Washington, you know, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the Ravens right now because they're playing their actual game plan like they're supposed to.
Mhm.
Like you either give it to King Henry or you let Lamar do his thing, and
Or give it to Ken Henry. You know, if that doesn't work, give it to him again.
yeah,
It worked in Tennessee. I mean,
Yeah, it did. And when it didn't work, that's why we lost.
it didn't.
DJ.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens and also fuck Washington.
Okay. And Phil.
My Super Bowl pick Ravens. Gonna win this one.
All right. The Sunday late afternoon games, starting with the Chargers heading to Denver to take on the Broncos. I've got the Broncos on this one. They're starting to hit their stride. I know we're saying let's play a team with a winning record. I don't even know what the record is for the Chargers right now, but I do like Denver coming out of this one. Nori, what about you?
it kind of sucks we have to pick somebody, you know, because neither of the teams are impressive. It's like genuinely disappointing. I'm gonna barely go with Denver, and I might regret that because the Chargers have more talent, but I don't know.
Two good coaches on this one too. So. Rob.
I'm gonna pick LA for this one. Yeah. Even though it bit me in the butt last week, but whatever.
All right, DJ.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos. Reluctantly.
Okay, Phil.
Yeah, this game is a tough one to pick. They both have
It
very
really is.
lackluster offenses. I'm going tentatively with the Chargers. I may change that game day all the way up. That one is, I don't like it.
Understandable.
Yep. All right, Pittsburgh at Vegas.
Is anybody picking Vegas?
I'm not. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I'm not confident about it though, because this is one of those like the Raiders suddenly just surprise you, right? You know, but I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I'm not 100% confident, but
Yeah, I needed them to surprise me last week.
yeah.
I think the Raiders they don't have a talent issue. I think they're just playing like a dumpster fire because the whole Adams thing is just weighing on the team. So yeah.
Okay. All right. JJ, starting with you on the next one. Detroit at Dallas.
Detroit. Look. I love my team, and I really hope that they prove me wrong, and I will happily get this pick wrong if the Cowboys can pull out a victory. But you're talking about a Steelers offense that is anemic and has been throughout a majority of the season, and they can't even capitalize when you turn the ball over 3 times. I guarantee you, if the Cowboys turn the ball over that many times against the Lions, they'll capitalize.
Yeah.
It's done. It's going to be over at halftime if they do that. So, hey Dallas, if you hear me, surprise me, make me happy, make me wrong, basically, and be happy about it. But I just don't see it. Plus, let's not forget, Detroit's pissed off about last year's game because of how it ended.
Trying to remember. Was that the end of the season? I can't remember.
It was damn near the end of the season, and at the end of the day, both teams still made the playoffs. But
that's right.
There was controversy at the end. Lions were pissed off, and so I'm sure they remember that.
Super controversial. I remember that now. Yeah.
So I'm sure Dan Campbell wants to come in here and leave no doubt this time. So I think,
and I think he's going to. The Lions are they're my Super Bowl pick, so I'm sticking with them. I'm going with the Lions on this one. Nori.
I'm convincingly going with the Lions just because of everything DJ said. I don't think Dallas is playing good, tight football this year. They usually sometimes they even look better than the actual record. But collectively, offense, defense, and injuries all together, Dallas doesn't do well when somebody's injured and the next man up. Like they don't play that well. Yeah, something's wrong in Dallas. I don't know. They don't look good, and the Lions, I think, are going to make a statement. In my opinion,
Mike McCarthy is what's wrong in Dallas.
very much so.
Rob, what do you got?
I'm taking Detroit. There's no way I'm taking Dallas, like, ever.
Damn, Rob. Like ever?
Hold on.
In
What-
this
Hold on.
matchup.
Oh,
In
in
this
this-
matchup.
Matchup.
I was going to
Okay.
say because if they play
I was like-
Carolina, you know,
Yeah,
if they play the,
Or New
you know,
England.
they can't play the. If they play the Browns, they can't play the Browns again because they already diced them up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
In this matchup, yeah.
And Phil.
No, because I knew someone would say, "What about Baker?" And then I'm like, "Okay, well then when I'm not gonna pick the Cowboys."
I would pick Dallas over Philly right now.
So would I.
If they play tomorrow, I'd fucking pick Dallas over Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll
There's
pick
two dumpster fires there, but the Philly's a bigger dumpster fire than the Dallas right now.
They look like shit. Yeah.
Phil, what do you got?
I'll take the Lions in this one.
All right. Speaking
Phil's
of,
biased.
yeah, right. Speaking of Carolina, anybody think they can win at home against the Falcons?
No,
You never pick the Panthers.
Honestly, this would be a good friend of mine is a hardcore Falcons fan, and I said, "Can you think of a more Falcons team to lose to than fucking Carolina?" And you know how I can almost guarantee that Carolina is going to win because I'm picking the Falcons.
No, here we go.
Oh yes,
That's
that's right.
Yeah.
Nori's the Falcon guy.
I am. Hold on. I don't want to disappoint you guys, but the curse is still on this year. I am 0 in all of them on my Falcons picks as I'm looking right now. So I have never. The curse is no. It wasn't. I thought it was fixed. I have literally lost all 5 of the last Falcons picks, and I'll probably lose this one too. So I would recommend picking the Panthers.
Oh shit! I'm gonna think really hard about that. Consult my crystal ball. All right. Sunday night game. Cincinnati at the Giants. Nori?
I'm gonna let you all go first. Actually,
Wait. You want all of us to go first?
okay. So here's my thing.
Okay.
I'm picking the Giants because of a couple things. A, we cannot keep up in points with the Bengals. We have a good enough running game to keep them off the field, and they can't stop the run for shit, the Bengals. Second thing, we now, shockingly, lead the league in sacks at 22. That hasn't happened in over a decade.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. The Bengals O-line is still Swiss cheese. If we can hit Burrow over and over and over, make him see ghosts, and keep them off the field, we could win this game by some cunt hair of a fucking field goal.
Okay.
I love it.
Is Nabler's back, by the way? Or how long is he out?
He should be.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, honestly, I'd still make the same pick without Neighbors, but you're right. And Neighbors would help a lot. But the way DJ's actually, get this. Are you guys ready for this? DJ is a top 10 proficient quarterback as of right now for proficiency.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, he's been playing well over the past few weeks. I have to say. I mean,
maybe the Giants had a slow start. They had to get everything together. They arguably should have won against Dallas. They definitely should have won against Washington because they literally allowed no touchdowns. So a couple plays here and there, and we're talking about a team that's 4-1. So I haven't completely lost faith yet. It's close, but I haven't lost faith yet.
Well, neither have I. I haven't picked in your Giants. There's something wrong in Cincy. Like, by now, they would have gotten it together, right?
Right.
The Giants look super strong against the Seahawks. That's a hard place to go in and win, is Seattle.
Agreed.
So, back at home, crowd's going to be rocking. Yeah, the Giants maybe have gotten it together, so I'm going to go with the Giants. Rob?
I'm taking the Giants. They were surprisingly competitive, I guess. Impressive. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is right now.
No, it's a weird word to use with them, right? I know.
Yeah, I'm like, would we say they were competitive? Like, seeing Tracy perform, like, this is his first actual. It was his first start, right? Running back.
Yeah,
Correct me if
this
I'm
this
wrong,
2024 draft class that Shane, got with Banks have been really
Like,
both sides of the ball. Both
they
sides of the
just
ball have been
rocked
phenomenal.
it,
This rookie
like,
class, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with the. Wow, the Giants. Crazy. Never thought I'd say it.
I
Rob,
know,
are you
I
going to
know.
that bar again this weekend?
Yes.
That is private information,
Oh,
and
fuck you! I need to know. Ask
Yeah,
No,
I was gonna say no, buddy. I need you to tell us if you're going or not. Because if you're going, I'm definitely picking the Giants.
we'll
I need.
see.
just
I will update y'all on game day.
no, just share your location with us so we know.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. That's all I
DJ.
need.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Imagine a time where we just got finished talking about Joe Burrow throwing for damn near 400 yards, 5 touchdowns to only 1 interception, and yet we're still going to pick against him
Daniel Jones.
the
That's
following week.
Yeah.
And we're picking Daniel Jones to beat him. I know.
That's right.
Yes,
It's the,
we're
welcome
picking
to the
Daniel
NFL.
Jones to beat Joe Burrow
Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah.
because I'm looking at it the same way. I mean, they can't stop the run at all, and whatever the hell is going on with Cincy, we know about this whole slow start, but 1-4, that's too goddamn slow. So something's going on there internally.
That's
And
a
they're
record
always
to
so
get
bad.
I know
fired
what it
for,
is.
by the way. Not 2 and 3 Jets. So I'm just throwing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1-4. That's crazy.
All right, Phil.
Yeah, I still don't believe that the Giants are going to get
I
a
fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. He's a generational hater. He hates the Giants more than DJ. It's crazy.
That's wild.
I don't hate the Giants. I'm just not convinced. I'm not
Of
convinced.
any New York team, you said the same shit about the Jets.
Well, I'm not convinced by him either. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
I'm not convinced by him.
I respect that. I'm not convinced by the Jets either.
And I think I mean, you guys seem to forget this is still Cincy, and they're still a pretty good team.
Okay.
They're 1-4, but just FYI, 1-4.
I know what the record is right now, but we also know how they start.
And you're talking about JC with crystal balls. Look at the evidence in front of you, homie.
Still didn't
All right.
follow me on the Giants. All right, and then 24 hours later at MetLife, they're going to change the signage over, change the field over, because the Bills are coming to town to take on the Jets. We're probably going to be heavily distracted by all this shit that's going on this week. So I'm going with Buffalo on this one. Nori, what about you?
I'm confidently going with Buffalo because this was already a hard game, and they just made it a lot harder. The Jets' defense is really good. I don't see how the team rallies. I really don't, because they didn't get rid of some toxic coach that they hated. Like players liked Saleh. They didn't like the offensive game plan, and that guy's still here. I don't think they'll put up a lot of points against their defense, but I think they beat them.
Okay. Rob.
Gonna take the non-drama team right now. So Buffalo.
Okay. DJ.
Yeah, I'm absolutely taking the Bills. The locker room is completely fractured right now. There are defensive players on the Jets team that are basically talking about they're tired of people on the team and people in power not taking accountability. That was a direct shot at Aaron Rodgers, even though he didn't use the word Aaron followed by the word Rodgers. So they can't even focus on playing football. Now they're focused on who's not taking accountability for sucking at football at this point. So,
All right. And Phil.
Yeah, I don't know how many Buffalo night games y'all have watched in the last few years, but they usually show up for those games pretty ready to go, especially with someone in the same state. So I think they're going to come in there and go to town on them.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Those are our predictions for week 6. Next week, we'll recap how we did, make some week 7 predictions, and see how good or bad this bi-week report card will be for the Dallas Cowboys. DJ will be sharing that with us. So,
Can't wait.
Yep.
love you too, Rob.
And that's it for this week, everyone. We appreciate you listening. Once again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan and Nostradamus of the AFC South. Jordan, we got.
Nori, temporarily happy Giants fan. Somebody correct me, please, because again, somebody make the stop.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rob, the Vikings fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to another great week, and good job, Sam Darnold. Do it again, please.
This is DJ, Cowboys fan. Guys, if you could just do me a solid, I definitely picked the Lions against you, and I don't feel bad about doing it. But if you could prove me wrong, that'd be phenomenal. Thank you and good night.
Or just prove them right.
This is a London Jaguars fan, Phil.
London, baby.
Hope they can win their away game in London, but I'll be surprised if they do.
Are you gonna wake up to watch it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt the pain in your voice.
At least the first half.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities, search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
It's now 10:55 and OU still sucks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they do.